Yeah, you quote Henry David Thoreau in your article. You say the path of least resistance leads to crooked rivers and crooked men,
Yeah.
and and that somehow we and that extends to the idea that we need resistance, we need adversity. Like it's not the goal is not to be free of those things. The goal is to be able to overcome those things to achieve our goals. And I think sometimes people will interpret this as we just have to always seek what is hardest. But I think what's missed is that most of the time, if not all the time, it's the harder path that leads to the greatest reward. So it's not just seeking what is hard, what is difficult, what is painful for the sake of just doing those things. It's that usually that's where it leads to that greater reward, greater achievement, self-empowerment. Whereas, you know, protecting and putting your child in a bubble and developing them in that way, or a teacher doing the same thing, this empowers them, and so they're gonna be perpetually seeking the easier path, and that easier path is random, and it doesn't go anywhere meaningful. Can you, go deeper on that
Oh yeah,
idea because you wrote extensively?
yeah. I mean, uh, so this is the problem, self-esteem, right? And that's what in essence, in our modern society today, um, we only want to, one of our main focuses is to cultivate self-esteem and, and only apply positive reinforcement, right? The reality, that the problem of this idea is the real world is not like that at all. So, um, you might have your child feel good. You might feel good. You're happy because the child's happy. But that is only within the confines of your home, protected area, within that bubble. And outside of that, the reality of the world is it's a dog eat dog world. And I don't understand why most of the secular people who are atheists or who don't believe in God, and are sold hook sinker in the idea of evolution, can't understand the idea that permeates through that concept, which is survival of the fittest. And if so, you see, this is the problem, right? They're not dealing in complete concepts and ideas in its whole, and not looking at in the big picture, but it's nitpicking little bits and pieces that that works momentarily in different isolated situations, not looking for the long term, and looking for immediate gratification, both as parent and as student. And also, this is the fault of martial arts instructors as well, right? Just to give you an example, right? Um, my instructors here, I turned over all the club instruction to the instructors, to the TGT team, and they haven't taught many years. I instruct them weekly. We train 5 hours on Saturday every week, and I give them private sessions, and they teach the students. But anyway, it's now about going on 4 or 5 years here. But in the beginning, there was a time where I came in so I started to hear some little complaints here and there and difficulties running the little tigers, right? The 3 to 7 year olds and the juniors, 8 to 12. And I came and I sat in the back and I watched the classes. And as I watched the classes, I saw them starting to do this like obstacle course, right? They would lay down different pads and different things, and they jump over things and zigzag different patterns and do whatever, right? And so I'm like, okay. But afterwards, I had a serious discussion with them. I said, where did you get that? Where'd you guys come up with that? Of course, they won't give me an answer because I never told them to do that. And and if you know, as you know, right, I'm very strict in running classes. In my personal life, one thing, but if you're dealing with classes, teaching Hwarangdo, I'm very strict, all right? And it has to be done in a particular way. And so I was very upset then that they were to do that, and I didn't instruct them to ever. So where did they pick up this idea? Well, few classes we ended up in a local karate center, which is a very big new building. It's a beautiful facility, and they have lots of kids. Probably 40, 50 kids, and I've seen it too. And they don't do karate, martial arts, majority of the time. They basically have them you know, run around the bags and hop over things and right. So in my opinion, see, this is the issue. This is the problem, and I keep on telling my instructors, it's not nursery. We're not daycare. We're not just taking care of the kids. They're basically burning time, right? But it serves the purpose, which is the kids are happy. Okay, the teachers are happy because the kids are happy and able to keep their attention. And the parents are happy because the kids are happy and not complaining, right? So you would think that's a win-win-win, right? Win for the karate teacher, win for the kids, and win for the parents. Yes, that's a win-win-win if it's a daycare. But it's not a win if it's a martial art class, right? So if it's martial art class, what they need to learn is martial arts. And all the other benefits of confidence, self-esteem, of overcoming difficulty, overcoming challenges, resilience, tenacity, uh, hard work ethic, stick-to-itiveness, all those things come from it's martial arts, because that is the entire concept of martial art, as we discussed in the last talk, is resistance, is conflict resolution. How do you deal with an opposing person who is trying to go in and harm you uh, as best they can, and you have to find a way to defend and uh, and resist, right? What better way to learn strength? Everything in learning strength is through resistance, right? It's in your weight training, it's in any kinds of even academic, intellectual studies. You don't learn or grow by solving 2 plus 2 for 10 years. You don't improve in your learning cognitive ability by reading Jack and Jill for the rest of your life, right? It's constantly being tested and challenged with more difficult things, which means greater resistance. Uh, that is what makes you strong. Same with weightlifting, same, right? As you get stronger, you put on more weight. You keep on lifting the same weights, you'll never get stronger. So they're not doing that, right? Which is difficult to do with 40, 50 kids. So they have them run around. No, that's not us. And I illustrate and I emphasize this point strictly, harshly. They got in big trouble, right? What are they learning? Nothing. They're not learning anything, right? They're just wasting, burning time.
Right.
And why did they do it? They did it also to burn time because they were not it was difficult, right, to teach these kids proper stances, how to do a front kick right, how to do whatever. And especially if there's one or two, okay. But now you have 10, 20 of them. It's hard. Okay. So, and see, so they took the easy route. As instructors, they took the easy route, and the children, they gravitate toward what's easy and fun. Right? But what do they learn? Nothing. 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 They just learn to have fun. Now, do you need to teach people how to waste time and have fun?